Hello. Hi, everybody. Hey. So, we're going to talk about spirit guides tonight. It looks like my phone has like, let me see if I can wipe this off. Is that better? Now you can see me a little more clearly, right? Good evening. All right, let's talk about spirit guides. This is something I've been channeling for many, many years, and spirit guide contact is one of my specialties. So channeling in general is what you're going to be doing when you do spirit guide connection. So spirit guides. Many people have, you can hear my dog snoring. Hey, Shuggy. Hey. Hey. She keeps snoring. So many people have more than one spirit guide. Typically people have a few, maybe 2 or 3, for different reasons, right? So you might have one for just kind of being support for you all the time. And then you might have one that specializes in something spiritual that you might do. You know, so they're there to guide you and help you out with whatever that particular thing is that you do, right? A lot of spiritual people, a lot of light workers have 3. Magic number 3, right? The Holy Trinity. That's pretty popular with light workers. A lot of people ask me, you know, first of all, how to connect with them, how to know if they're actually talking to you. I'm going to go over all of this with you. I'm going to talk to you about the energies, how to connect, some different techniques. And a big question I always get is, how do I find out their names, right? Hey, Melissa. So, spirit guides don't have names because spirit is not human, right? Humans create names to call each other things. They have a certain frequency, so they will give you a name if you ask them to. Right? Like, for instance, when you come to Earth, right, you have a name that humans give you, and then when you come to Earth next time, you have a new name that humans give you, right? And these are just things that we call each other. In the spirit world, you have a certain frequency. So in the spirit world, you don't have like really a name. It's not like Sally or, you know, Aaron or anything like that, or Melissa or Rebecca. But they will give you a name if you ask them to. They might give you their last life name. A lot of them have been on Earth, most of them, not all of them. Some of them are just extraterrestrial. So they will give you a name if you ask, because they're like, okay, if you want to call me something, here you go. And they'll typically give you a very spiritual name or an angel name or something like that. But, you know, anyways. All right, so how to connect with spirit guides? Well, first of all, it's important for you to raise your vibration, right? You don't want to start channeling with low energy. If you start channeling with low energy, yeah, like Raphael, then you're going to connect with spirits in that energy field, right? In that frequency range. So you want to raise your vibration before you do channeling so that you can connect with spirits on a higher realm, right? Because spirit guides have a very subtle energy, right? They're very subtle, they're very light. And when you meditate, you can hear them if you know how to meditate properly and open the chakras. I'll talk to you about that in a little bit here. But first I want to say that you need to raise your vibration before you do the work. Okay? Because otherwise you could connect with lower astrals. And when you do that, they get real pushy, real bossy. They'll try to mess with you, and you don't want that to happen, you know? You really want to raise your vibration, and the ways that you can do that is doing things like the Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. The Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram is just a banishing ritual that raises your vibration. It's like a light switch. So you'll feel a different energy. You'll feel a shift when you do it and after you do it. What do you mean by vibration? Good mood. Good mood's part of it, but it's also just a frequency that you're vibrating. So based on law of attraction, I have some videos on law of attraction if you ever want to watch those. But if you are in a low vibration where you feel your energy is just not in high spirit realm, it's more of like a mid-range, just like a normal person, then you would be tapping into that type of wave frequency. It's kind of like radio waves, right? So everything's vibrating. And you want to increase your vibration, and you want to lighten it. And yeah, you want to be in a good mood for sure. That's a big part of it. But it's good to do some vibration raising, such as Lesser Vanishing Ritual of the Pentagram, which balances the 4 elements, the energies of your body. And it also banishes anything negative in your astral realm and just anything around you. So it helps to clear things, right? Because a lot of times we have negative energies from other people, and even just from our own selves, right? And just negative thought forms and things like that can get into the mental body, get into the astral, the etheric. So you really just want to make sure that you're kind of clear by doing some chakra clearing. Chakra clearing raises your vibration. Kundalini yoga, tantric yoga all raises your vibration. That's why magicians always do tantric yoga, is because they are raising their vibration, right? And they do rituals like Lesser Vanishing Ritual, which also raises vibration. Then that wasn't your spirit guide if you got rejected by a spirit. Spirit guides are subtle support systems. They're frequencies, consciousness that is there to support you and to give you advice when you need it, right? They will warn you of things, for instance, but you have to listen to them, right? They're there, but they're not going to tell you what to do, right? They'll tell you, well, that's going to be a bad thing if you do this, and the thing is, the way you can tell that you're channeling and you're not just thinking is because you'll hear like a stream coming through, right? You'll hear a stream of words coming into your mind. It's not that you're thinking something, you don't have a thought. It's not like oh, this is a thought, right? Or I'm going to ask a question, I'm going to get an answer. It's like a stream just comes through and you're not thinking. It's like listening to somebody outside, right? You're just listening to somebody and they're talking and you're not thinking about that, but it's just coming through, right? You'll just get the stream of consciousness coming through. That is spirit guide contact. So yeah, you want to raise your vibration first, and also you want to tap into that energy. Well, somebody just asked me, is a spirit guide synonymous with the higher self? Now, here's the thing. That can get really deep. We're all one. We're all one consciousness. We're all energy. Everything's connected. Therefore, there's no separateness. Therefore, we're all one thing. So higher self can be synonymous to a spirit guide, can be synonymous to anyone and anything, right? So that just depends on theory. But spirit guides will give you very direct answers that are very, very streamed, direct answers. So it could be higher self, but I hear different types of voices and different types of frequencies myself. So it's really just like radio frequencies, right? These are different consciousness. You just got to be careful not to tap into lower vibes. Okay, so when you get into the lower spirits, you get these spirits that are, they'll try to push you around. They'll be more negative. Or they'll say you're not good enough, or, hey, I'm going to reject you because you're not, that's not a spirit guide. Okay, spirit guides, there can be spirit guides that are like your ancestors and stuff. They're not usually the best to go with. You typically want to ask for the highest vibration guides to come through. Because when you connect with lower entities, which are like humans that have not developed to that level of guide work, then they would be like you. Like when you pass on, you could then stick around and go tell your son or daughter, hey, I don't think you should do that. But you're just like a human, right? So you're talking just like a human at that point. You're thinking just like a human because you're still in that, it's almost like a pyramid, right? There's a hierarchy. And if you're down here as a human and you're looking to evolve, you're not ready for guide work yet. Now, some spirits that pass on, some people that pass on, they'll stick around and they'll be guides. They'll be your guides. Like your grandma might be your guide. But don't necessarily listen to your grandmother like they know more than you. They know the same thing they knew when they were here. You want to tap into your spirit guides that were assigned to you, that work with you on the other side, right? Now, these spirit guides are very, they've been through a lot, and that's why they are your guides. because they have already been there and they've already developed past that, and their frequencies, when I regress people to the other side, they'll see them as a higher color vibration than the regular humans that are reincarnating still. Spirit guides aren't coming into incarnation anymore. They're not reincarnating. They're above that at this point. They've developed through that, and they've ascended past that. And so they have access to more information. They have access to different things than humans incarnating. Okay, you got to get to that point before you're a real guide. So yeah, I wanted to, really make it clear that guides have a subtle energy. So if you really want to tap into a guide and not just a dead human, then you need to make sure you're raising your vibration first. You're clearing your energy. Yeah, they suggest for you, yes, because you have free will and they can't encroach on that. And so if you say, you know what, I'm going to get revenge on this person, I'm going to do some black magic or whatever it might be, and they'll say, it's not a good idea. It's not going to be for your higher good. They'll just kind of warn you, right? And they won't even warn you if you don't ask them. If you don't connect with them, they won't even come around. You have to actually say, okay, I'm ready for my guides to help me out. And I am going to search for my guides. And they can connect with you different ways. They can speak to you like they do me. I'm clairaudient. You keep hearing voices and don't know how to deal with it. That's something totally different. I'm not sure what you have going on there, hon. Anyways, when you are, what was I saying? That really threw me off. I don't remember what I was saying. How do you call them? Yeah, I'm going to get into that. Yeah. I'll get into how to get with them. There was something I was actually saying. Huh? How do you call them? Yeah, I need to be careful not to read in the middle of explaining something. Spirit guides, we don't really know. We just know that as a regressionist, we don't really know. All we know is that guides are higher than us. They're not reincarnating anymore. That they are a higher frequency, a different color, and that they come down and they will help you if you're actually asking. Oh, okay, yes, I'm clairaudient. So if you tap into your clairaudience gift, right, everybody has it. Everybody has all of these gifts. I mean, we call them gifts, but they're really just abilities. Like, you can do math, you can do science, you can do English, you can write, you can speak, you can walk. All of those things, you can do the same thing with channeling. You can develop those different areas of your consciousness, chakra systems, in order to connect with your spirit guides. So I develop clairaudience really easy. So I can hear them speaking to me. So I know the difference because they'll speak really fast. Well, I was saying earlier that you typically have 3 if you're a light worker, but it can be different for everybody. So clairaudience is when you hear, right? And it's not like you hear it in your head like a loud voice. It's just like a subtle stream of consciousness where you hear thoughts, but they're not your thoughts. It's not like you're thinking about anything. You're usually in bliss state, in meditative state, and you're not thinking, and you're allowing that to come through, and it will just come through almost like a computer. And so clairaudience comes, and what you need to do to open, the primary thing that you need to open is your heart chakra. The heart chakra is where you connect with spirit, the easiest, the loudest. If you really want to get clairaudient, open your heart chakra. So I'll tell you guys a little story here about something that happened to me in mediumship, right? So I was already channeling my spirit guides, and what I would do is I would do Lesser Banishing Ritual, the pentagram. I would do Miller Pillar exercise, middle pillar. I would do the circulation body of light. And I teach you all of these things in my courses that are online. I have the deep meditation course that's free. I also have the tantric meditation course, which is $25, which has all my different exercises and stuff. Right? So if you ever want to take those, just let me know and I will send you the links and whatever you want. But so I would do all of those, right? And then I would also do some chakra clearing every day. Now, spirit guides, a little easier for me to hear than other things. How However, my great aunt had passed on, and I was sitting in my living room doing my rituals, and I was doing my chakra clearing. Now, I do different types of chakra clearing. There are different ways to do it, and I show you different ways. I demonstrate different ways in my different videos that I teach with stuff in, but the one that I was particularly doing when this happened was I was doing the chants of 7 times. I would chant 7 times each chakra, and I start at the bottom always, because you start at the bottom and you clear the energy and it moves the Kundalini energy up, right? It sends your energy upwards through your 33 vertebrae, right? So I was doing long, right? And long is for the root chakra, and then Vong, and I would do these 7 times, and Vong is for the second chakra. Rong is the solar plexus. Yang is your heart chakra. Now, right when I hit the heart chakra, and I was chanting Yang 7 times in meditation, I'd already done my ritual, so I'd been doing some stuff for a little while. I was in a pretty deep meditative state. That's when my great aunt came, and I was not looking for her. I wasn't doing anything. I was just doing my chakra clearing work. She started zapping me all over my body, and I could hear her very loud in my head. Her accent was very clear. I hadn't seen her in probably 15, 20 years. And all of a sudden, it's just like, Brandy, oh my God, you can hear me. Hey, hey, you know, and I'm just like, what's going on, right? So I can feel the zapping. I can hear her and feel her like zinging around me and then yelling in my head. So when you do chakra clearing work on that level, when you have already done rituals like I do, where you do a lot of ritual, you do lesser banishing ritual, you do middle pillar. I did circulation body of light, and I did the banishing ritual of the hexagram. So I have a lot of this stuff out there for you guys for free, right? So if you ever have any questions, just let me know. You can always look these things up too, and you can find them elsewhere. But banishing ritual of the hexagram is another one that I do all the time. So I did all of those, and I was doing the chakra clearing. And when I got to the heart, that's when it gets very clear and very open to spirit. So that's really the big secret that you need to know, is heart chakra needs to open, right? And you can do some breath work. I always do a little breath work first. In circulation body of light, you do a lot of breath work. You're moving energy and you're breathing with that energy, right? So your unconscious mind connects with spirit, right? If you want to develop clairvoyance, clairvoyance is third eye, that's the pineal gland, that's where you get the visions, right? You want to do, you can do the one where I show you, you go like this, and you cover your ears, and you, that helps you develop clairvoyance, where you can see, right? So if you do that one, and then you do, I have a technique that I use, I have a few different, but the one that I use where I connect with my spirit guides, and I purposely say, okay, I am going to go and actually talk to my spirit guides about this situation. I'm a hypnotist, so I use my hypnosis type of work to do this. And the way that I do it is I do my chants, I do all of my stuff to get into like just a relaxed state, right? I get my brain waves drop down nicely. And then I imagine, right? You want to use visualization here. I walk down a flight of stairs, and, you know, spiral stairs, and it's dark, but I can see the staircase. And I just walk down, and I go to a door, and I open the door. And as I go through the door, I imagine I'm going into a place that to me is beautiful, right? It can be like a field with a creek and trees and all that wonderful stuff. Whatever you want to imagine, the beach. Go to your happy place. And when you open that door and you go into this place, you will then imagine that that your spirit guides are there hanging out, right? And mine, I like water. Water connects me with spirit. When I go walk around water, actually, I get a lot of streams from them. So when I do this, I imagine I'm walking over to a creek, and they're at the creek. And so what I do is I just imagine, okay, they're there, right? I see them off in the distance, or one, whatever. And as I approach them, I slowly approach them, right? So I'm using my hypnotic work where I imagine something happening. And as you use your imagination, as you use your unconscious part of your mind, it will connect you with them, because that is your intent, right? So I walk to them, and they will either do something, Or, now I'm not creating this in my mind at this point, I just walk to them. They will either show me something, they will do something, or they will say something to me at this point. So you just allow and accept what is happening. So that right there is a great way to do spirit guide connection. If you want to actively speak to your spirit guides or get a message from them, that's a wonderful way to do it. Again, open your heart chakra before you do it. And a quick way to open your heart chakra also, when you're just feeling like, oh, I just need to connect with spirit really quick, you can put your hand over your heart chakra and you can let out a really nice sigh, because this is the sound awe, right? This part of your area of your consciousness is awe. So you just go, right? It's just a loud sigh, and you'll feel that open up a little bit. And that can help you to also get connected as well. Another thing that you can do that I've done quite a bit as well, back 6-7 years ago when I was really into the channeling and developing this stuff, I would do dream journal work with them. So the way that you do that with a guide is that when you go to sleep at night, you will actually actively meditate for a few minutes before you go to bed, before you're going to sleep. And you will connect with them and say, okay, I would love to have a message from you tonight. I need you to answer this question for me. And you go to sleep. Now, when you go to sleep, you put a journal right next to your head and you put a pen on it, because they will wake you up. They will wake you up and you will hear the answer. Usually, I'm clairaudience, so it's super easy for me to just go, I'll wake up and then like 3 o'clock in the morning with this loud, like, hey, just like yelling pretty much the answer or the whatever it is into my head, and I will just write it down. And then the next day, if I don't write it down, it will be gone. I'll remember that I woke up, but that is all I will remember. So you have to write it down when they wake you up, right? Because the easiest way for them to get connected to you and to answer you is when you're in the most relaxed state of mind. And when you have pineal gland activation of the melatonin and all that good stuff going on, the DMT is released and all of that, and they can come to you in your dreams as well. They do that a lot with me. They love working in dreams because that's like the in-between. Okay, so they can really speak to you very clearly. And even if they're just talking to you, it'll be coming through in a dream. And then make sure that when they wake you up, or when your higher self wakes you up, you write it down. Don't forget. Don't say, oh, I'll remember that in the morning. I'm too tired. Don't do it. Write it down. And the next day, you'll be surprised. Like, I have actually written down like 3, 4, 5 pages of stuff when I was woken up in the middle of the night. The next day, I wake up and I go, oh yeah, I remember doing that. And I open the journal and I go, oh my God. Wow, that's a lot of information. It's not just like, a couple little things. It's just like a whole dream with them talking to me and teaching me things and stuff. It's amazing, right? And you can write all of this down so much easier when you wake up in the middle of the night. Yes, they do like to visit you in your dreams, and you can tell it's them because they are teachers, right? A lot of times you're in a school, you're in some type of school situation when you're dreaming, and that's when you're working with your spirit guides. Or you're in like an airplane or some type of vehicle, right? Yes, you have to write it down. We're talking about spirit guides. Okay, so, yeah. Any questions that I can answer for you? Any questions about spirit guides that I can answer for you? That was quite a bit of information, right? Aw, thank you. Yeah, it's helped me tremendously. I've been doing it for many years, and they're amazing. When you really connect with your guides, they're amazing. Alright, so can they be familiars? What's that? If you're an interested beginner, how do you start? Clear your chakras. Are there harmful spirit guides? No. Can it be family that has passed? Like I was saying earlier, it can, and those aren't true spirit guides. And you need to meditate before bed. Yes. I've known in past lives. They can be. But usually they're not reincarnating anymore. Oh, cool. Yeah. I believe my uncle that passed away is one of my spirit guides, and I talked to him and this shows me signs. Well, that's good. But like I said, a reincarnated person, a person that's reincarnating is not a spirit guide, although they will be your guide if you allow them to be. Because they love you. They care for you. And, you know, they're very connected to you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. They call them to your mind before sleep? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you want to connect to them before you're going to sleep. They don't take physical form. No, they do not. No. I had an experience last night asking what I needed to know, and it came true today. Oh, cool. You have very prophetic dreams. The ritual is called, my main ritual is called Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. And I have that on YouTube, and my YouTube is Brandy Joy TV. I don't even think I said my name at the beginning, did I? Brandy, B-R-A-N-D-Y, Joy, J-O-Y, TV. And so if you go on YouTube, you can watch, I have a lot of videos on there where I demonstrate Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. I have a walkthrough on that. I have chakra clearing on there. I have all kinds of stuff. Pentagram satanic. No. Absolutely not. A pentagram is a star, and a star represents physical person, a physical human, right? You have the two arms, the two legs, and the head. It's physical reality. Yeah, you can always rewatch this. Yeah. What's my horoscope sign? You mean my sun sign? My sun sign is Cancer. My moon sign is Capricorn. My rising is Capricorn. I could tell you my entire chart because I'm an astrologer. Is there an average number of guides, or is it different? It's a little different for each person. And like I was saying, yep, Brandy Joy TV. And like I was saying, typically light workers have 3. Oh, thanks, Elaine. She's saying the ritual is easy to follow. So, yeah. Amy, are there certain candles or crystals that are helpful with meditating? Yeah, selenite and quartz, crystal quartz are great. Rose quartz also. Yeah, they are typically more active with you in the middle of the night because you are sleeping, and so it's easier to talk to you because you're not so in your head and your mental body's not so active. So you're more relaxed, so they can actually speak to you more clearly at night. But yeah, selenite, crystal quartz, rose quartz. Yeah, there's different ones that are helpful if you want to use. I used to use selenite myself to connect. Like when I would meditate and I would do some work, I would hold my selenite ball in my hand. My YouTube is Brandy Joy TV, just like on my Facebook. My Facebook is Brandy Joy TV, and that's where I go live. I do that on Periscope and Facebook. Why 3 for light workers? I don't know. Can they curse you? Why would they curse you? Oh, cool, Rebecca. Now, why would they curse you? That doesn't make any sense. After reaching them, I suppose they will be able to guide you throughout the day also. Yes, yes. Yeah, Cindy, my guides speak to me a whole lot because I try to stay very open to them. What's an elder? Oh, cool, Ashley. Yeah, an elder would just be usually a spirit guide, but it depends on maybe what culture you're talking about. Because different cultures call things different things, call different guides different things, and spirits different things. But I believe that when you're saying elder, you're speaking of a spirit guide, because a spirit guide, like I said, is more evolved spiritually than a human. Like if you're not having to reincarnate anymore, you learned that level, you're now at a higher level and you can help the humans, right? Paganism? Not that I know of. Paganism is believing in many gods. They don't reincarnate. Oh yeah, you have a friend that's a priest in the Order of Melchizedek. Is that the guy Melchizedek, the guy that took on the name Melchizedek and says that he had a walk-in, Melchizedek? That guy? I mean, he has some good information, but I've seen him predict things, you know, about the end of, you know, not really the end of the world, but that we were shifting and some weird stuff that I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't know. I used to watch some of his videos. Oh, cool, Ashley. Yeah, selenite's great. Yeah, selenite, what it does is it actually raises the vibration of your upper body. It raises your upper chakras, the vibration. I found out about that when I was in a local Spiral Circle shop here at in Orlando many years ago. I picked up a selenite piece and I was like, whoa, I said, this feels amazing. And the woman that owned it, God bless her, she passed on last year. She owned the shop, and she came up to me and she said, you can feel that? And I was like, yeah, I can feel that. Can't you feel that? And she was like, well, not everybody can feel that, but let me show you something. And she grabbed a book on crystals and she showed me that the selenite activates the upper chakras. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. So like everybody in the store comes around trying to like touch it. And I noticed that other people couldn't really feel what I was feeling. So I bought the stone, of course. And I used to use it all the time just to raise my vibration. So when I was sitting in meditation, I would always be holding on to it because I could just feel like the vibration of my upper body just like tingling, you know. So selenite to me is really, but everybody's a little different too. Can angels be spirit guides? Okay, so it's all consciousness, right? So angels are a vibration, a consciousness. Yeah, that does mean a spirit is present. I don't know what that spirit might be, though. Typically, when you see them like that, it doesn't mean it's a spirit guide. But angels are a whole nother thing. Angel consciousness is just another frequency range. You know, so I wouldn't say that angels are spirit guides. But angels can be, the consciousness, the vibration of the angel can be very helpful, right? You can use that energy. Animals, I don't know if I would call an animal a spirit guide necessarily, but then again, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. Huh. Okay. You don't know. Yeah, if I don't know something, you guys, I'll definitely tell you. Like, I don't know if animals can be spirit guides. They're in your frequency range, you know what I mean? They're in your soul group. They're close to your soul consciousness when you have animals. So they do, a lot of times when they pass on, if that's what you're talking about, they will come back. And they will kind of hang out with you a bit, you know. Animals tend to do that. Yeah, they're helpful for healing, but I don't really know about how they could be spirit guides. It's possible. I don't know. If anybody knows about that, I would love to hear about it. I don't know. I don't believe in hell. I'm not religious at all. Okay, guys. 33. We have 33 people on. I keep seeing 33 and 333. Like, constantly. Over and over and over again. It's so funny. Yeah. So, thank you for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. And if you have further questions about spirit guides, I'd love to hear from you. So, thanks for joining, and I'll see you on Vibe Tribe, my closed community on Facebook. If you haven't joined us, let me know, and I'll send you the link to it. It's free. It's just a closed community of light workers where we all help each other out and just have conversations about, you know, life, reality, and healing and things like that. And it's great. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Ashley. Joined there before. Oh, that's cool, Ashley. Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Sarah. I'm getting immature trolls on my Periscope. I've been seeing 1313. Oh, interesting, Debbie. Huh. Does that have a special meaning for you? Thank you, Marianne. Namaste. Oh, thank you, Amber. You too, Cindy. Love and light, Elaine. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a good night. Any thoughts on astral projection? That's not really what this video is about, though. Astral projection. Yeah, thank you. See you soon. Take care. Astral projection. I mean, we could do another one on that. You know, are you talking about just going out of body? Yeah, I've had quite a bit of experiences with it, and I could do a whole video on that. I definitely don't want to go on this video about astral projection when this video is about spirit guides, though. So, all right. Oh, lucky number, Debbie. Cool. That's great. You're in luck. All right, you guys. Happy full moon to you. The full moon is the 5th, tomorrow. And it's in Aries, squaring Pluto. Yikes. Oh my goodness, we have so many harsh aspects, you guys. And Jupiter's going into Scorpio. Oh my God, next week. And so that will be in Scorpio the next year. You should know what house Scorpio is in to see how Jupiter will affect you. And it usually brings you luck in that house, unless there's some really harsh aspects. So know your Scorpio house. All right, guys? Yeah, Jana, just let me know. Just send me you have to send me a Facebook message, otherwise I can't contact you. Facebook pages won't allow the person that owns it to contact people that follow. You have to contact me. So if you want to just private message me on there and say, hey, I want to join Vibe Tribe, I'll send you the link later tonight. Yeah. All right, bye for now, everybody. Watch the replay if you just came on board. I will see you Monday night for our tarot forecast for the week, and happy full moon, everyone. I was thinking about even doing a video on the full moon maybe this week. We'll see. Hold on for the wild ride. Exactly. All right. Bye, guys.